Arville's here. Welcome one and all. Gruenboom. So many cool people have joined us, and we are talking about immigration. We have so much to talk about today, and I really wanted to jump in here to see what questions that you had. So much going on with immigration. Always. What's on your mind? We have yet to have our first question. Wonder who it will be. Getting a little caffeine in my system. Maria says, do you think HR 875 is retroactive? If you have a DUI and you're not a U.S. citizen, you might be worried about HR 875. And here's what I need you to know. Maria, if you're listening, this will not be law. This will never be the law. So you don't have to worry about HR 875. Now, if it becomes law, I will have a lot of crow to eat, but it's not. So don't worry about it at all. Maria, did you hear that? If you like what I have, if you're liking this live, please click the like button and share this. That would help me help others. And we have a question from Instagram. What can ordinary citizens do to help the unjustly detained? That's a good question. You can contribute to nonprofits that work with immigrants if you're in a financial place to do so. The ultimate solution for immigration is political. So you've got to get out and vote. You've got to donate to your money and your time to candidates who support immigrants and immigrant rights. Vote against politicians who trash talk immigrants, who portray immigrants as criminals. Why do people think immigrants are criminals? There's no evidence to support that. West Coast Merle Chihuahua shared this. I need a Chihuahua, I think. Maybe not a Chihuahua. I'm not sure. Damien, by the way, if you don't know me, I'm Josh Goldstein. I'm an immigration lawyer. I'm truly passionate about helping you reach your immigration goals. I try to educate and inspire, and I come on here live to answer questions and give you updates on what's going on. So let's take some questions. I was going to Damien. My EAD C9, that's a work permit based on a pending I-45, was outside the normal processing time. I did a case inquiry. How soon before USCIS replies to the inquiry will a decision be made on my case? Or are they still going to look into it? It's hard to say. I hope you get your work permit soon, but I don't know how long this will take. I really don't. I could take more time. I'd say you get a response to the inquiry within 90 days. I know you're wishing it were sooner, but it may not be. Zuar Zidane, how do I know if my citizenship is safe? So why would your citizenship not be safe? If you were born in the United States, you're a U.S. citizen. If you applied for naturalization and you went to an oath ceremony and you got a certificate of naturalization, you are a U.S. citizen. Why would that? The only way that can be taken away is through the denaturalization process. So that is a very unusual thing. Daisy sent love you so much. That's awesome. Thank you, Daisy. Tom, morning. Would you know how long it takes for an IR1 interview in Guatemala is taking 6 months step approval? Guatemala is a pretty good consulate in Guatemala City. So I think it will be within 8 months from when you're documentarily qualified. Hope that helps. Let's see. Tamed Khan, our friend on YouTube, says in Bangladesh, the embassy takes much more time for processing a visa. How to solve this? You could ask to be processed at a different consulate if you're in Bangladesh, you could go to, well, it's sort of like out of the frying pan and into the other frying pan. I don't think there's a consulate out there that's great. So there's that. Why is it taking so long? Why is it taking more than 4 years? Okay, more than 4 years, you have a problem. I wonder, Bigfoot, whether your case is a preference case. We have some good questions coming on here. Natasha, do I take cases from Kenya? Of course, we have lots of fine. Phone number for my office is in my bio. If I say it live, that would not help me. Let's see, immigration questions. Waiting for you in Ohio. I could not find a link to register. Yes. We're working on that. I am going to be in Ohio soon, and I'm looking forward to doing this. Let me know. Let's see here. I will be in Ohio doing consultations in person and hanging out and meeting people September 3rd and 4th. September 3rd and 4th in Columbus, live in Columbus. Phone number from my office. Will the Trump Ban 2.0 visa pilot program replace Trump Ban 1.0? Asking for K1. If you have a K1 visa, you should not be asking, what about the Trump ban? You should be getting married. Because if you're married to a U.S. citizen, you're not subject to the ban. Natasha Rogers, I'm sorry I didn't hear that reply. Let's see. Natasha, if you adjust while on ESTA, are you in trouble? Legally, it is possible for you to get in trouble if you adjust on ESTA, but it is possible to, I mean, we've helped a lot of people get green cards through adjustment who've entered on ESTA. Zhang Fei, do you want any service in China? Tell me. Yes, I would like some Xiaolong Bao dumplings. That would be my favorite Chinese food that there is. I love it. Dumplings from China. That's the service that I need. I need it delivered to me right now. But real ones, you know? Noodle dishes. Love Chinese food. My husband forgot to update our current address on our taxes. Should we worry? No, you shouldn't worry, but you can probably update them. Do you recommend me to marry if I come here illegally? You should consult with an immigration lawyer. Reach out to me. I can help. Should you get married? When you ask the question that way, it suggests to me that your marriage is fake and that you're just doing this you're just getting married to get a green card. And I don't like that. I don't want you to do that. I want you to get married the right way. I want you to get married when, yeah, sure, immigration's part of why you're getting married, but you have to get married for the right reasons, from the heart. You know what I mean? Terrence BMW, in deportation after denied I-45, wife came in on a K1 I-120. I'm in court for missing 2024 tax return. In deportation after denied I-45, wife came in. I need to know more about that. That is a tricky set of facts. Here is Kanoa Ahumada. I just like to comment how humane and professional Santiago Boti is. Wow, that's awesome. That's great. I'm sending him this message right now. Santiago is great. Can you take me on call? Yes. Are they still processing I-601 waivers? Yes. Arun Thapa. Hey, Josh, I'm in the U.S. right now, and I applied for EB3, other workers, rest of the world, and my I-140 is already approved. Congratulations, Arun. I am waiting for my priority date to be current, which is April 2022. When do you think I will be able to file an I-45? So Arun Thapa is asking me basically, when will the priority date for EB3 for all the world become current? And the answer is, I don't know. Nobody knows. The visa bulletin is a mysterious creature, and nobody knows when it will become current. And so that's the way it goes, right? Good morning. I submitted an RFE yesterday for my MPIP, Military Parole in Place application. How soon does USCIS respond? This is from Mario Calderon. Well, I have good news, Mario. I think you're going to be getting it within 6 months. I really like those cases. Those are really good cases. Here's someone who says, should I upload more documents through the USCIS site or wait for them to respond? Wait for them to respond. Don't send them documents that haven't been requested. Can someone with a single DUI have their green card taken away? Unlikely. I contacted your team, but I haven't received any response on WhatsApp. I'm sorry to hear that. I'll let them know. Let's see here. Let's see. Cheryl Jordan. Good morning, Josh. Your answers have been on point. My friend got her letter from NVC. She filled out the DS 160, but she can't get an appointment. Why not? Why can't your friend get an appointment? She got her letter from the NVC, but she filled out the DS 160. What kind of visa are we talking about? Is it the K1? Here's someone who says, I'm a 10-year green card holder. It's safe. Is it safe to travel back home? I heard that I might have problems when I come back. In general, it's safe. In general, it is safe, but it's not safe if you have issues. What would be an issue? Maybe a citation for marijuana possession. Some sort of criminal case involving theft or fraud. But if you don't have any criminal cases, you've been a good person. You've had a. First of all, why do you have a 10-year green card? If you have a 10-year green card, you should apply for naturalization, right? Why not? The only people that shouldn't apply for naturalization are Japanese. Japan does not allow dual citizenship, or someone else that has some reason to not do it. ZZ Soul from Instagram. If I owe taxes in my temporary green card, is my temporary green card at risk? No, but try to figure out how to pay those and get it sorted out. Josh, how do I get in touch with you regarding my 221G? You can send me a DM, or you can find the link, my email and phone number in my bio. Natasha, thank you for the heart. Sarah Yasmin, good to see you. Is it true that if you're missing evidence, they are no longer sending RFEs and they're sending an NTA instead? No, this is not true. Dr. Nasrat Talwazari, is there any updates for the I-730 consular processing in the U.S. Embassy of Pakistan? Yeah, I-730s are being blocked by the travel ban. They're being blocked by the travel ban, but then you're going to say, oh, but Pakistan is not subject to the travel ban. Yeah, but there's a refugee ban. They're not going forward, those I-730 cases. They'll go forward, but not during this administration. Naveed Badi, is there any form of legal immigration left for Persians? Yes. Marriage to a U.S. citizen. a petition for a Persian national who is a minor child by a U.S. citizen. Immediate relative petitions, to use the immigration language. Sabri Al Noor, 3 months since I applied for my Social Security, still pending with DHS verification for work. Hopefully you're going to get it soon. That's a long time. Can you reopen a closed case, says the Visionaire TV? Yes, sure, you can do that. Jenna Musley, would they deny my work permit? My lawyer says he didn't know, doesn't understand that. Why would they deny your work permit? Baby Max, I would love to hear an answer for this. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to try to find the question. Could you please repost that question? I will try to answer it. How about an I-130 on travel ban from Afghanistan? Well, is the I-130 an immediate relative I-130? Is it filed for the spouse of a U.S. citizen? Any deferred action for Palestinians? There should be. There should be TPS or deferred action or something like that for Palestinians. If I were president, I would do that. I would do TPS for many people, but I'm not president, so they won't. Baby Max, what's your question? You had a good question, and I was going to answer it, but then here's Ibrahim Abdallah, F1 visa renewal from Sudan, but born and raised in Qatar. I compete with a university in the NCAA. Oh, okay. What sport do you play, Ibrahim? I wonder what sport Ibrahim plays. I should run for president? I don't know about that. Don't track and field. That's awesome. Well, but what was your question, Ibrahim? That's what I don't know. David Chicas are parents of American citizens that have been called for an interview. Let's see. Have been called for an interview when they file the I-130. And how much do you charge for filing my case? Me, my wife. Okay, so how much do we charge for our services? Let's see here. Let's see. I have a notification that says there's a violation.